that I'm not going to talk about. I'm not here to discuss that, and he can discuss that whenever he's ready. He's not around, and I don't want to put words in his mouth, but I'm not going to talk about Ricky right now because it's just too raw. But we have not had a great time. There have been content creators that have tried to get the message out to James Hope, who is Fat Freak, by the way, to say, would you mind laying off this family? They're not having a great time. Would you mind just, I guess, keeping your mouth shut? Just for the fact, not because you owe us anything, but one, because we're grieving. I've lost another baby. Ricky's having a really bad time with a terrible, tragic loss of somebody that was so young and didn't deserve it at all. But also for the fact that you're claiming harassment at the moment. You're claiming alarm and distress, and James Hope, you're claiming to be in fear of your life, that somebody is not only coming after you, but also coming after your children. As a man that states himself as somebody that is terrified and wants to be left alone and wants to be, I guess, able to do the work you do, and I use work, those terms loosely, without being harassed by myself or anybody else around me, you are making damn well straight that you are doing nothing but goad us. Goading and goading. Video upon video. Live upon live. Now, this is probably the reason why you haven't succeeded in your own case at silencing a very close person to me. Have you? That's probably why when you tried to get the law on your side and you tried to silence somebody while you could run your mouth, that didn't quite work for you. Because you can't mention somebody's name, can you? You can't talk about him anymore, can you? It backfired on you, didn't it, James Hope? You didn't get the result that you wanted. It backfired, and now you cannot mention anybody. What a whopper. Didn't see that coming. So now what you're trying to do is come for me. But just like Sammy Yeoman got an injunction on you, and you had another injunction on you served yesterday, I'm going to serve you a third one. So that's 3. So I don't think it's wise to keep goading and harassing me, because that's kind of seen as indirect. That's kind of seen as you goading as a way of retaliating when you've already been warned. So I'm just going to address that, okay? I'm going to address that now. Secondly, regards to Demitri, whatever conversations me and Demitri have on WhatsApp are private. We fight like cat and dog. We fight like brother and sister. I've known him a very long time, and it's nobody's business. I adore Demitri, and I will always love Demitri. Demitri, like myself, has BPD and has these wild outbursts. He knows full well that I am not in any way, shape or form somebody that would want to hurt the trans community. I, like Demitri, can't help how I feel. And how I feel is this, and I'm going to say this once, and I'm going to be really clear about it. I think everybody should live how they want to live. Me, myself, men are men, women are women, trans women are women, and trans men are trans men. We ain't the same. We all have our own journeys. We all have our own lives. Do I believe in altering the body as a way to insert yourself into society? No. Do you know why? Because I wouldn't wish it upon anybody to go through that amount of trauma. I don't want Demitri to go through it. I don't want anybody to go through it. For me, it's tough. but it's not my journey. However, these are my views. This is how I feel. It's not my story. It's not anything I've had to go through, and it's not anything I want to go through. I will never know what it's like to be trans. But you can't know what it's like to be me. Born and raised a certain way, have the beliefs I believe, have the feelings I feel. But what the beautiful thing about it is, the most beautiful thing about it is that I've always managed to keep a very good friendship with my LGBT friends. I've stood on many, many stages. I've gone to many, many bars. I've slept in many, many houses at sleepovers. With friends on stag do's and hen do's. I don't have any form of phobia in my body in any shape or form whatsoever. There are many people on this app that can verify that. I have gay friends, straight friends, trans friends. Do I want that life for them? No. And I'm talking as a parent, I'm talking as a friend. It's just not something that I feel people should have to do just to fit into society. I also don't believe in conversion therapy. I don't believe that religious groups should be sending children away to convert them back into being a certain way. I don't think it's fair. I don't think it's fair that people are condemned for being a certain way. I think everybody should just live and let live. If I was really, really transphobic, I just wouldn't hang around with them. I wouldn't be around them. They would not be people that would interest me. I wouldn't enjoy their journeys. On their stages. I wouldn't go to their weddings. I wouldn't have anything to do with it in any shape or form. What I say to Demitri in my WhatsApps, or Pharaoh, because I've been on the phone to Pharaoh today, is my business between me and my friend. Demitri should never have sent my WhatsApps to James Hope because Demitri has been used. Demitri has been used because Fat Freak couldn't care less about Dimitri's trans journey. When did the Fat Freak ever give a crap about anybody's journey of their? He never. He's using Demitri to get at me and to get at people around me at the worst time ever. Firstly, it is against the law. You can't just send people messages to play them, and Demitri will have to deal with that himself because Demitri said some horrible things. You know, I didn't just one day WhatsApp him and say, you know, these are my feelings. This is me and Demitri arguing like we always argue.
Do not try and manipulate me just because your brother's fucking dead and because your missus has lost 2 babies. Respectfully, yeah, I said I'm sorry for what you're going through.
Is that nice? You can't manipulate me just because your brother's dead and you've lost 2 babies. I could play you this whole thing.
Fucking abuse it yourself. Do not try and manipulate me just because your brother's fucking dead and because your missus has lost 2 babies. Respectfully, yeah.
So I could play the whole thing. Look, 3 of them. WhatsApps from Demitri. Nasty. Not very nice. And disappointing. But that's between me and him. That's how we argue. That's how we fight. It's got nothing to do. Demitri should never have sent that voice note to Fat Freak because Dimitri's been used as a way to get at me, and Demitri has been used to score points because will James Hope now go and support Dimitri's trans journey? No, he won't. Will he be there to pick up the pieces because he's fallen out of one of his bestest friends, which was me? No, he won't. He'll revel in this. So, there's a magpie there, and I love this magpie. What people should do is take note of James Hope's behaviour right now, because the reason he's coming for me is because he can't go for anyone around me at the moment. Okay, he has no interest in the trans community. He couldn't care less about the trans community. When has he ever gone on the marches? Did he go on the trans march? Has he protested? No, I won't just silently sit back on my views. I will always speak my views. Me and Demitri do not agree on some things, but that doesn't mean we don't love each other, and that doesn't mean that I would never be there for him. We've been a bit shit at the moment as friends, but that's nobody's business. You can't then label me as something which I'm clearly not, and there isn't one gay on this planet that would call me phobic. There isn't one. It's laughable. So it's sad that Demitri has been used like this because he's very vulnerable. It's sad that he's been used as a way to get at me because James Hope's court case didn't go the way he wanted it yesterday. It's sad that he's bullying me, but I think you should all know that this is only temporary. Life is too short for this kind of shit, and Ricky and I have learned some hard lessons. When and if, because it's a massive if we ever come back to this app, we will not be running in these circles anymore. The energy that it has drained from us, from our viewers, from the time we've spent on this app doing fuckery on this app that we should never have been doing, it has been duly noted, and we are just not interested in it anymore. I'm not going to put you in my box, Demitri. Like I say, I've got love for you, but what you've done is so disrespectful at a time like this as well. Then, I don't know, talk to me when we are not in this space. I can't forgive you for what you've done. I don't know if you was aware that Hope had this thing going on at the moment with us. I don't know if you was aware that you've been used to score points, but to send my WhatsApps, which I would never do to you, by the way, it's disappointing to say the least, because you know more than anyone that I'm not trying. I'm EQ phobic. I don't believe she has a feminine bone in her body. I care about what you do to your body, but do I love you? Do I care about you? Did you introduce me to the love of my life? Do I love Hugo? Do I love you who grew up a Catholic? I love you to bits, so it really hurts me that you've done that. But I'm not annoyed at you. I'm annoyed that you've been used. At your vulnerable time, I know you're having a terrible time, and I know you're going through it, and I know that you're having one of your spats, because I know you better than anyone. I know when you're having a meltdown, because I get it in the WhatsApps, and I was having a meltdown too. I was not in a good place. It was only yesterday I was still in the car driving back from Sunderland. I've lost 2 babies in the space of 3 months, and a family member that has left this world in a tragic way, and I'm dealing with a broken, when I tell you broken man at the moment. I was not in the mood for your WhatsApp, and I'm sorry if I hurt you. I'm sorry if I said what I said offended you, and I love you dearly, Demitri, but we were both not in a good place. We both have BPD, and I just wish you handled this a little bit better, because Fat Freak has used you and he couldn't give 2 fucks about you. So